Salutations, Snyderheads. You're listening to Zack Snyder's 0 to 0, the podcast where we are watching the movie Watchmen. I'm Sam, aka Spite Owl.
I'm Giga, aka Carl Havoc, Richard Nixon.
And I'm Val Flakecub, aka the Night Orm.
Ooh.
Huh?
He's both of those guys.
I was legitimately worried that one of you was going to say that for your nickname.
I can't believe there's
Patrick Wilson fans, rise up.
There's almost
Patrick
a decade.
Wilson fans.
There's almost a decade between those two movies, and Patrick Wilson looks the same in both of them.
I disagree. He looks way older in this.
It's true. He
does look older. He looks good though.
They put him in dad stuff.
It's the glasses.
He's supposed to look like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We watched the first 32 minutes of Watchmen film.
Yes, Watchmen 2009 film.
And I'm gonna say it right now. It's boring.
It's a movie.
I kind of liked it.
So far, it's just a movie.
Really, I'm gonna be honest. Last night, I was really in my head as I was trying to fall asleep. I was like, I don't want to do an episode about this. This movie's fucking boring.
No,
I have nothing to say about this movie.
I don't know. I think that there's a lot to say.
Well, I have a lot to say early on, and then I don't.
I kept writing stuff being like, haha, this looks like that. And then I'm just like, oh, that's not a joke. That's just comparing two things.
Yeah, but that can be fodder for a bit.
You never know, but it probably won't be because the stuff I come up with is not very interesting.
I mean, this what is this podcast? But handfuls of spaghetti tossed angrily at a wall, hoping that one of them will stick.
I genuinely last night I was like, I might just suggest that we scrap it and watch Daredevil.
Oh my god!
No, I think
we can watch the rest of the movie in 3 parts. We can just split up whatever's left. To 2 parts,
or just not watch it.
Yeah, we could just one episode of Watchmen.
Okay, here's my thing.
What if we did a boring episode about the first half an hour of Watchmen and then we just moved on?
That'd be fun.
To Daredevil.
Here's my thing.
Or Catwoman or something.
In my opinion, the beginning of this movie takes a lot of different angles on Watchmen, and it does its own thing. And, it's got, the opening credits sequence is very Zack Snyder. The opening scene with Comedian is very Zack Snyder.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, it's just, a really faithful adaptation of the comic. And then I'm just, going through my notes, this is just a summary of the plot of Watchmen.
Yeah.
But I want to see when...
Yeah.
I do want to see when Dr. Manhattan makes Rorschach do that.
I mean, I definitely want to see Patrick Wilson's ass. I definitely want to see Dr. Manhattan's dong.
And I want to see Rorschach be made into, a cloud of fine mist.
Did you guys watch it with subtitles on?
I did.
Yes.
Did the subtitles perfectly cover Dr. Manhattan's dong for you guys, too?
Maybe a little bit, but I was looking really close to the screen.
I was, too! But the subtitles were... I mean, I guess I wasn't. I didn't have as much time.
I could for sure see it.
You know this about me. I was making direct eye contact with him.
So let's talk about Dr. Manhattan's penis.
Right.
What do you rate it?
I thought you meant your one brown eye to his... Never mind.
What?
That's a butt. That's not a penis hole.
Excuse me?
I thought you were saying when you were making direct eye contact, you were saying you were making direct eye contact with the hole at the end of his penis.
With his one-eyed snake.
It's an eyeball. But that's
not what a brown
and a brown eye is a person's butthole. So
yeah, are you suggesting that when Dr. Manhattan was on screen, I got up and mooned my computer?
Well, I mean, he's not he's not a normal guy. He could probably slide blue turds out of his...
Maybe it's God. Yeah, maybe. Well, okay, so maybe his brown eye is his butthole.
I mean, he's all blue.
That's the slang term for it. But he's blue, so his penis hole is his blue eye.
But blue eyes, white dragon.
It's his Euron Greyjoy smiling eye.
But part of it's true because every part of him is blue except for his eyes.
He's
blue. Dabu dabu die.
His urinary tract hole.
We got so not far into this episode before, 1, we started talking about Dr. Manhattan's dick.
Why are you
2,
complaining?
we did the I'm blue dabba dee dabba die.
Can I just say, as I was leaving my mom's car because she dropped me back off here because I did Mother's Day celebrations, whatever. She goes, "Oh, you're doing the podcast now. What's the name of that? My friend wants to listen to your podcast."
Oh, Nightmare.
Oh, God.
Nightmare.
No,
and I just said, She's like, just send me the link. And I was like, yeah,
Pod
thing, Mom.
It's called Pod Save America.
Seriously.
It's called The Adam Carolla Show.
I might send her LMNOP. But, I mean, there's no fucking way I'm sending her this one. Like,
I don't know.
does your,
I don't know, with the...
kind of conservative friend, like, semen...
I, produce citations needed.
With the Dick Ball Seal episode, I don't know if I want my parents listening to that. I think I'd rather listen...
Oh, the Richard Ball Seal?
I'd rather my parents listen to the, to this podcast than listen to the Dick Ball Seal episode.
Oh no, you're vastly overestimating how raunchy we got on the Dick Ball Seal episode. Because we don't, I mean...
All the raunchiest stuff was cut.
Well,
just
like my dick.
But I think that my parents particularly would really like the King of Crude. So
King of Crude, sure, but Jum?
Yeah, Jum might be a bit high concept for them.
Okay, should we talk about this movie?
No.
Oh, actually, no, I don't want to. Never mind.
No. So it starts off with the comedian. He's watching the news. Do we know he's the comedian? I don't.
It starts with Negan. He's watching TV.
He's got
from
a
The Walking
on.
Dead.
I hope he has his shitting pants on.
He's wearing his red shirt and his brown pants.
His shitting pants, yeah.
He's got a little pin that's a smiley face, and there's a thing on the news. Huh?
The iconic.
Some kind of round table news show talking about the Cold War.
They're talking about Soviet aggression on the Afghan border, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, oh, time is a circle. Fun.
Mm-hmm.
So this is my second note. My second line of notes on the movie is this movie shouldn't exist. And here's why.
Yeah, let's hear about it.
Very interested to hear why.
Because Watchmen, the setting requires Richard Nixon to be in it.
Yes.
Oh,
and
boy.
Richard Nixon is a dead president.
Yeah.
And his
which
face
means that you have to get a fake Richard Nixon.
And
oh god,
so
yes.
They got Tim Robinson and put too much shit on him, and that's Richard Nixon.
They did. They made a whole. I mean, there's like sometimes, like I think in the Frost Nixon movie, right? That's just about that one interview. Mm-hmm. The guy has like a prosthetic nose and maybe some prosthetic jowls or something. They just made a full-on face and put it on this guy.
I hope that they did, because if that's just this actor's face, then I'm going to feel very bad.
No, there's no way.
His whole face is plastic.
I'm sorry if this is that actor's face, but if that's his face, he looks like a man with a lot of bad makeup on.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do this, just show comedian watching TV and play the Nixon impression.
Yeah.
Right.
Do
not show a close up on Nixon's
bag
face.
of prosthetics.
Because like you can like show JFK from the side for a few frames, and you can show JFK's head just doing that.
Mm-hmm. No, it canonically did not just do that.
I know that I
comedian canonically just did that to him.
Yeah, I know. I put I blew my joke load too early, which is what we call it when we jump. Okay. Anyway,
implying that we all jump.
I'm the royal we.
Okay.
Anyway.
So Plastic Nixon says that strength is peace and that the Soviets should think twice before fucking with us. The doomsday clock gets moved. This is the clock of how close we are to complete nuclear annihilation. They are midnight being complete nuclear annihilation. They move it to 11:55. And the talking heads on the screen are talking about, well, we've got our own walking nuclear weapon with Dr. Manhattan.
Actually, he's floating.
Actually, he really doesn't walk very many places because he can just become giant and then take one step, so it doesn't really count. It wouldn't even really be a travel in a basketball game, so it can't really qualify as walking.
I would like to confirm that the guy who plays Richard Nixon does not, in fact, just look like that.
Good.
But I can also confirm that Henry Kissinger appears in this movie.
Yeah, he's going to be showing up at some point.
Too alive, if you ask me.
Yes.
It is classic Zack Snyder, though, that we get President Richard Nixon. And then the host of this roundtable show is like, Pat Buchanan, what do you think?
Blah, blah, Pat Buchanan.
And fake Pat Buchanan is like, well, we have Dr. Manhattan. And then it just cuts to some woman who is unspecified.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, thank you, Zach.
Yes. very, yep.
Couldn't
Well,
be
she's
bothered.
80s
I mean,
as heck.
she does have a name.
Oh, she does?
Yeah.
What is it?
Let's see. Eleanor Clift. Eleanor Clift.
Is that a real person?
Yes. She was
Regular-
she's an American reporter.
But do they
Okay.
call her that?
They do.
Oh,
On
I didn't
screen.
hear her name. Excuse me.
She's currently a blogger for the Daily Beast.
Cool.
Okay, cool.
Wait. The actress or the real person?
The real person.
Oh. I wouldn't have thought that...
Was around in 1985 and is now a blogger for the Daily Beast.
Huh, okay. Anyway,
You know what? I should start a blog called Daily Beast, and it'll just be like the first blog entry will be on the first day, and it'll say zombie, and then day 2 is a goblin.
Sasquatch, Godzilla,
Sa-
King Kong, Loch
Yeah.
Ness, Goblin, Ghoul, a zombie with no conscience.
Mhm.
Okay, so... A
And then I'll have to get
comedian-
into the, like, chupacabra, whatever.
A
The
comedian
more
starts
obscure-
channel
obscure.
just listen to my monster remix on my SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Comedian is channel surfing. He has a gigantic honking dildo next to his TV.
He does?
He
I
does.
didn't see that? Is it an award or something?
The Dick Award for Dick.
Is it for
For
like,
Dick.
the tax auditor of the year?
Biggest
Everybody's seen
honko.
Everything Everywhere All at Once?
They made the biggest honko.
It's Dr. Manhattan's dick. So then someone kicks the door in, and there's a big fight scene. Who cares?
Mm-hmm. In the fight, also, he calling back to, or foreshadowing perhaps to another movie that Patrick Wilson will be in. In the fight, he picks up his revolver, or his gun that he has, and shoots the TV.
Mm-hmm.
Something that will happen
and
to
then he
another
looks at the
TV.
camera and says, "Patrick Wilson will be Orm in Aquaman. Stay tuned."
Where, yeah, and the TV in that movie will get shot as well. But
I
with a
can't
harpoon.
believe this. This is incredible.
It's parallels.
It's
So,
parallels.
Neck and Cole's, I mean, he watches a perfume ad and prepares to honk off, and Unforgettable starts playing, and the guy's
It's playing
like,
on the TV, and then it
"Were you gonna honk off?"
starts playing non-diegetically, yeah. So the adversary comes in and is trying to fight him. During the fight, you see, oh wow, this guy's like really strong. He is a white guy, so he does punch the wall, but his fist goes all the way through the wall.
And I'm like, ooh.
I'm not going to make a joke about back walls. So if you want to, Giga,
No, it's kinda
No, I
sounds like
think
you just did.
I think if you just did.
I very specifically
You didn't say it, but you know it's.
I didn't say it.
So this is what we call
Much like in jazz when they've got their trumpet and they're like, and then I'm not going to play this next note.
in the industry we call this a negative space joke, where you specifically leave the shape of the joke out, but you can still see the triangle.
Well, I think that you're very smart, Giga. So I think now we're in a positive space joke. So who's got something to say about this scene?
I'm gonna leave the room. I think that do you guys see when he's got his smiley face pen and he gets punched in the face and he says like, "It's all a joke, I'm the Joker," and his blood falls onto the pin and it, and it shows the iconic Watchmen logo. Did you?
Yes.
But I was
the droplet.
I wasn't sure you saw it the first time, so I went into the movie and I talked to Zack and I was like, "Okay, but can you show it a second time when he's been thrown out the window and onto the ground?"
Yeah.
But
to be
Well,
fair,
that's also
but,
not
hey,
enough.
wait,
Because like
so,
2 times, what?
like,
Am I supposed to
but,
know that it's important from seeing it 2 times?
In movies, we have this thing called the rule of threes, where something needs to show up 3 times, and so directly.
to be fair, the comic book shows it approximately 100 times.
Yes, I know. This is a joke about Watchmen, not about Watchmen movie.
I forgot to mention, by the way, that this movie was, of course, directed by Zack Snyder and co-written by Alex Tsa and one David Hayter.
Solid Snake himself, Colonel.
Ooh. I find
He
that
also
pretty
wrote
super
one of my
funny.
least favorite
X2?
movies, X2.
I think he did a better job with this one. I would say that that the writing in this is pretty solid all around.
This is the fucking movie ever made.
Well, I mean, it's
I-
largely just Watchmen.
It's largely
There's
just the comic.
very little new stuff so far. And I'm not trying to downplay the work that goes into adapting a comic book into a screenplay. I'm just saying it is often like literally panel for panel, shot for shot.
It's
Watchmen.
very
Yeah.
funny because if it wasn't Alan Moore's writing beneath Zack Snyder's depiction of Rorschach, you would think that Rorschach is cool. But
can I do it?
But like Alan Moore, through his writing, makes Rorschach such an absolute chud that like
Rorschach.
He's like,
I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry. Please finish your thought. And then
I think so far in the movie, his presence is pretty good. He's he's a sufficiently just broken, shitty, pathetic loser who.
You know who he reminds me of?
Huh?
Me.
Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sam? Do you remember that? What was that? Game that came out that garnered a lot of controversy about going out and doing a shooting or whatever. Hatred. Yeah, he reminds me of Not Important from Hatred, where he's just this.
If anyone doesn't remember this was a game that was very controversial on Steam. It's like this black and white sort of top-down shooter, and it's just some asshole, and he's like, my name is not important. The only thing that matters is that I'm going to hurt a lot of people. And then it's just a game about you going out and shooting everybody in the streets. And that's
trying to shoot as many people as you can?
Yeah, that's the whole game. It's just a game about doing a mass shooting.
It basically a game about garnering controversy. And,
it literally is just a game that somebody made to be controversial and edgy. It's who cares?
So he's such a... I'll talk more about Rorschach when he's actually there. What were you going to say about him, Val?
He's Batman.
He does remind me of
I think that's
Batman.
why his voice sounds like that, is he's Batman.
Yeah, I think
he has the strong black and white morality that he applies in a really sadistic, creepy way. He's the voice is a big part of it.
Yeah,
but
I think Rorschach
I was just like, oh, this is what Batman looks like if you aren't raised to think
right, because that's the
cool.
point of the comic book.
Yeah, no, I know.
So I'm just saying that's what's so weird about this, because this is like it. Watching this movie makes me wonder why Zack Snyder has kept going, because this movie is the only thing he's ever wanted to do. Is like, all he wants to do is tell stories about, like, what if superheroes were dark and gritty? Can you imagine if superheroes existed in the real world? What would that look like? That's what Watchmen is in the first place.
Yeah, I feel like Zack. I feel like Rorschach succeeds in this movie so far, despite Zack Snyder, because it's like that's because of how he visually directs movies. He can't make things not cool, or like cool in quotation marks.
In his opinion,
and so even if he didn't like, oh, Rorschach's so cool, which I think he probably does because he's a libertarian.
He probably is like, well, Rorschach's not a good guy, but
he speaks the truth.
But again, Alan Moore's dialogue for Watchmen is so good. When it comes to Rorschach, it so captures this kind of guy. It's like,
I like it.
This guy,
because I hate it.
Yeah, because it's like he's not poetic or eloquent or has anything interesting to say, but he thinks he does.
Exactly. Yeah. He acts like he's so above everything and all the degeneracy in the world, and he's like, he has this moral compass that's so true, but he's still like, he's still influenced by fucking puritanical views on sex and is homophobic. Like, how high and mighty can you really be if you think that somebody like who is gay is ruining the city by being gay? Like,
he's like Travis Bickle. Like, you
suck, dude.
I want to go back to what you were saying, Giga, about Zack Snyder trying to make cool things, because to finish off this scene, comedian gets thrown out the window and falls to his death, and we see the pin. And
we also see the adversary like throws him across the room at one point. So like, this guy is also superpowered. Whoever did this.
Mm-hmm. Well, comedian's not a superhero. Anyway, he's just a guy with
very
guns.
Powerful. Sorry,
he's just a big, strong guy.
They're both big, strong guys.
I will say, I haven't read Watchmen in a long time. I actually don't remember who kills him, so don't tell me. Anyway.
Okay. I won't.
Don't tell him it's me.
Oh, no. Okay, so I don't want to just...
And viewers like you.
I don't want to just spend our time talking about Watchmen, just like nonstop jerking off the comic book and saying how perfect it is. But here's what I will say.
But it's really good, is the thing.
It probably, I don't know how much I would like it if I were to reread it now. I think I probably would still like it. But anyway, what I wanted to say is that we don't see comedian's death in the comic.
Mhm.
It famously just opens on the button on the ground. He's dead. There's blood everywhere. Rorschach narrates from his journal, etc., etc. And none of this with the big fight scene needed to be in the movie.
No.
Because
True,
it doesn't
yeah.
add anything.
No.
But I think that what this is that Zack Snyder really wants to do Watchmen justice. So I don't know how it's going to go as we go. I don't remember this movie that well. But I suspect that he's going to be very, very faithful, him and of course the writers, to the original work and not do too much new stuff or different stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, when it comes to, well, what can we put in that is original? How about a badass fight scene where it goes really fast motion and really slow motion alternatingly for 5 minutes?
I feel like this is the
Right.
first Zack Snyder movie that we've watched that's like a proper Zack Snyder movie. I feel like
right. This is what's so
WB
funny.
had to a degree like tone down the Snyderness of his Justice League trilogy.
This is what's so funny about the movie to me so far is that it starts with this completely useless 5-minute fight scene that adds absolutely fucking nothing to the film.
Literally nothing.
But it's like,
subtracts.
that's Zack Snyder. And then we go into this stupid fucking title sequence with the opening credits. And that is so Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
And then everything after that is just like nothing to me. It's just dull.
Shot, reverse shot of dialogue and people, yeah.
Because that's where it's like, okay, let's just recreate the comic book.
Yeah.
What makes you say that the opening credit sequence is stupid?
Yeah, I think I
Well,
like that.
okay, for one thing, we're seeing a montage of the original Minutemen in the 40s.
Mm-hmm.
It's playing The Times They Are A-Changing because it's a scene about how the times they are a-changing.
This is very much the first 15 minutes of Up to me.
Yeah.
This is like a whole other story that you have to tell before you can tell the story that you want to tell in your movie.
It is, yeah. And I think it's told pretty well.
So here's what I've got noted down for montage moments. First of all, I will say, positive note, I like to see the cheesy 40s costumes.
Yes, I like
Me
the
too!
way that Night Owl looks.
I love the Night Owl. Is that what you said, Giga?
Yeah, I love the way he looks. He looks like an Aquabat.
I want that out. I'm gonna be that for Halloween.
I think
look.
his little ears are very cute.
And his little Speedo bottoms, the outfit. Also, this is a DCAMU kind of style of it's just one frame to illustrate the moment.
I like Night Owl because he's like, what if Batman wasn't cool? What if he was just a cop?
What if he was a animal?
So we have a montage moment here, which is the iconic VJ Day sailor kissing the woman in Times Square.
Silk Spectre, Carla Gugino, Silk Spectre version, holds up a newspaper. It says, "Criminal world goes gagu over Silk Spectre."
So it's the photo of the sailor kissing the woman, but it's a little different because we see the sailor walking up in the background as Silhouette from the Minutemen, who is a lady, kisses the lady, and then they take the photo. And now this is what's weird because
this is a strange diversion from the comic,
right? Because this is the 1940s in the United States, and
a time where everybody was gay and it was fine.
A woman just kissed a woman in like an iconic photo that is going to be in all the newspapers. Nobody in the scene is like weird about it. Everyone's just like, oh, let's take a nice picture. And so I'm watching that and I'm like, oh, okay. So he's not, he doesn't want to touch the homophobia and what happens to Silhouette in the comic.
It sucks.
Fair enough. But then a few moments later in the montage, we see in graphic detail what happens to Silhouette in the comics, where she and her girlfriend are brutally murdered in a homophobic hate crime.
Yes, which is
so it's weird because in the
comics.
Well, in the comic, the thing is that she's closeted and she gets publicly outed and then murdered. But in
so
this,
she's
serial
kind of outing
killer.
herself by kissing this woman.
right, it's weird because it's like, why do the first part if you're still gonna do the second part? It's really weird.
Also, she got
Also, Silhouette's outfit, I didn't like recognize her as a character. Like, obviously I knew like, oh, this is a hero because, you know, she's doing the famous kiss with Aaron Esurance.
Yeah.
Shout out to OG 0 0 fans. But she looks like her coloring and like she's got like dark lipstick and that stuff. I was like, oh no, there's like a villain woman doing.
Oh no, it's Aaron Esurance.
Oh no, an evil woman doing a kiss. No, lesbians just look like that.
Also,
just looks like that. Yeah.
The Enola Gay, instead of being called the Enola Gay, is called the Miss Jupiter. And Silk Spectre's on it, and we see it bombing Hiroshima and or Nagasaki, which sucks. But
yes, we also get a shot of Silk Spectre's retirement party because she's pregnant. She's quitting the Minutemen.
So this one,
before we get into what it is, I do want to mention that this is before Silhouette's murder, and she's here at the party with her girlfriend, who is the lady she kissed. And to make sure that you know it's the same lady, she's still like wearing her nurse outfit at the party.
I thought that was really funny.
That's like
but you might be wondering, you know, what would be a normal way to arrange this photo?
What would a party look like?
What's a normal room look like? And if you said that a normal room has wall molding to make it look like it's the columns in the background of the Last Supper. And
now what's the Last Supper? I'm not familiar.
Oh, it's a painting by Leonard.
It's a very famous painting, actually.
Leonard
what
da
does it look
Vinci.
like?
It looks like this.
Oh, what is it? What is it related to?
Well, see, it's Jesus at his Last Supper right before he says, "One of you is going to kill me."
Thank you, Zack. Now I get it.
So it's just like that, and the people are posing in this photo just like in the famous painting, and so you look at it and you say, wow, this looks like the painting that has the people in these
because it looks
positions.
like the painting.
And in the middle of the picture is the person that's the most important of the painting, and that's Silk Spectre.
Oh,
and it's her retirement party, so it's the last dinner she's going to have, and so it looks just like the famous painting.
And she's also
I was actually thinking that
Supper.
this shot should probably be taught in every film class.
She's also super pregnant.
She's very pregnant. She's big.
So this is the part of the montage where we see that the Minutemen are all falling apart. The retirement Dollar Bill gets caught in a revolving door with his cape and killed.
Mothman gets taken to the mental asylum.
He gets dragged into an iconic loony bin car.
Silhouette and her girlfriend get hate crime murdered.
Dr. Manhattan shakes hands with JFK, just like Forrest Gump did.
Yeah, giving him cancer.
Just like Forrest Gump did.
Just like Forrest Gump did. And then the assassination happens. We watch his head just do that.
But then twist, it didn't just do that. The comedian did that to it. Which I think that was like implied in the comic, if I remember correctly.
It sounds like it would be something that would be implied and not said directly. He's like behind a fence. It's weird because it's like he's not really hidden. Like if they were driving up to him, like they would have driven up to that spot and seen him. Like he's covered on the side by the fence. It's not
honest to God. I truly thought for a moment that he was about to wink at the camera after he killed JFK.
He does turn towards the camera.
It really looked like he was going to wink at me.
Rorschach appears in this. Don't know if
because he ties some brutally beaten.
No. Oh, he does do that. He appears before that because he's a child. And he's standing in a hallway, and his mother, who's a prostitute, is in the bedroom at the end of the hallway, and there's several men lined up.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yes, there's only one ginger in Watchmen.
I didn't even write it down because I was just like, I don't know what that is.
We see why Rorschach is like this, and it's because his mother was a sex worker. Funny.
Well, it's also because he sucks.
Yes.
So Silk Spectre, we see her older, and her young daughter is watching her have this marital argument with, her stepdad or whatever, who's like, oh well, she's like, I used to be a hero. And
her daughter, who of course will be Silk Spectre too.
We see the Vietnam protests.
Oh my god.
Oh it's that thing with the girl puts the flower in the right.
No, well, yeah. So this is.
Oh yeah, it's the Vietnam. We see. Yeah,
there's Vietnam
TV,
protests. There's like
the guys on fire.
News stuff about and then we see the two guys that Rorschach tied to a hydrant for some reason.
Presumably criminals.
Yeah, presumably criminals. There's a little Rorschach test piece of paper next to them so that you know that it's them, because he didn't think to brand them.
Yeah, I'm sure he would have if he had thought of it, but
right.
So then we see
then we see the hippie girl putting the flower in the gun.
We see Castro, King. We stand.
We do see Castro. Yeah, I wasn't sure who that was. I mean, I recognized who it was supposed to be, but I was like, I'm not going to write down who I think it is because I'm going to say the wrong name.
And so this is interesting. So we see the flower power moment.
She puts the flower in the gun.
And then the guns fire, which is not something that happened in real life.
No.
Which is I think a point at where this diverges, that the U.S. is a lot more hawkish at this period of time, or like able to act on its hawkishness.
You didn't mention, by the way, that when we see Castro, it was him and someone else. I can't remember who the other person was, but it was him and somebody else, and there were like a fucking billion nukes behind them.
I didn't notice that.
And then we see Andy Warhol paints Night Owl, like the painting, and Neil Armstrong lands on the moon and sees Dr. Manhattan's dick.
Yeah,
no, Dr. Manhattan is the one filming. Yeah. And he's like totally naked because he's Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah, that's weird.
And then it ends
Dr.
with
Manhattan. I feel like Dr. Manhattan was a weird choice to have on set. But you know, that day. But then, Stanley Kubrick's an auteur. You can't argue with that, man.
Well, that was actually him in blue paint with his dick out. So the Watchmen take their group photo, and then we see that Nixon has been elected for a third term. Term limits abolished.
First we also see Disco Ozymandias.
Oh yeah. And then
we do so there's another group photo of the modern one, and Rorschach is like
David Bowie's
whatever
in
the
that
opposite of a king is. He's a short peasant. He's short, but he looks fucking creepy.
He's
he has terrible posture.
I think it's so funny, and this just goes back to Watchmen as a premise in the first place. It is so fucking funny that the crime busters, Watchmen, whatever you want to call them, it's like comedian who's like a super terrifying guns guy who's been doing this for years, Dr. Manhattan who's like
God,
basically God, Night Owl who is like kind of the Batman of the world, Silk Spectre who is trained by the previous Silk Spectre, her mom, etc. And then there's just Rorschach who is just a shithead.
Yeah, like how'd they get this guy?
He's like, I've always wanted to go out and like hurt and kill people, but now if I do it with a group, it's like people think I'm doing it for a good reason.
Yeah, I honestly don't remember his backstory. And
I don't remember how they found Rorschach.
The team, but the fact that he's there is pretty hilarious.
Also, can I say, so Rorschach's mask is a Rorschach test, obviously, and in the comics,
that's what they call it.
in the comics, like every panel, his mask has a different Rorschach test on it, which is a fun little thing you can do with comics, because also it's hard to draw the same exact thing a billion times. In the movie, his mask just changes. Like it just kind of switch, and it's kind of an attention grabber.
Yeah,
in live action, it's a little...
I will say that is what it does in the comics. Yes. It's just that since it's a comic, because the idea is, I can't remember when they say it, but it's like a flashback where they explain it's
got like
two
a layer
layers of like fabric with ink between them. So like as his
like
face
ink and
moves,
immiscible liquid.
Yeah, the ink like slides around.
Okay,
yeah.
That
I actually think that it looks pretty.
The way
good
that it's done in the movie is that they have mocap like beads on his face, and so when he moves around, it changes the pattern that's projected onto it.
Yeah, I thought it looked pretty good. To be honest.
Okay, I thought it was magical and it was very distracting, but knowing it's ink, it looked really cool.
He's just
because it moves like depending on his like how much he's moving and how like I thought it was like a mood ring. Rorschach face mask.
So also at the end of this, we get a transition as a protester throws a Molotov cocktail into a store apparently filled with natural gas because the flames billow out into the street and destroy everyone.
The protesters, for the record, Nixon has outlawed masked vigilantes, and the protesters are like rioting and like, stop being superheroes.
These are like pro-cop, anti-superhero.
So, Val, I'm wondering, do you remember the button with the blood on it from earlier?
Not really.
Well,
I mean,
that's
is
fine,
it important?
because
Like, was I supposed to pay attention to it?
Because the flames fade out into the color yellow, and we get a slow zoom out on, you guessed it, the smiley face button with a little bit of blood on it.
Yes. Okay, so it was important. Yeah, so I should have been paying attention to it. Yes.
So-
I did think about this, like, yeah, sure, when someone gets thrown out a window, someone does have to clean that up, huh?
Yeah.
So the rest
I thought this was funny. There's a zoom out from the pin. Like, it's zoomed in very close to the pin, right? Because it's iconic. And then it zooms out, and I was like, okay, this is kind of a long zoom out of the pin. Like, just cut to wherever, get to where we're supposed to go. And then it keeps going, and I was like, oh, it's like a thing. Okay, this is all.
Well, yeah, because that's
it
the
zooms
opening
all the way
panel
up to the top of the apartment.
That's the opening panels of the comic. Is it's the button and it zooms up, and then you see the police detective looking through the window where Comedian was killed. So this is where the movie basically just becomes almost entirely shot for shot Watchmen comic book.
Cool. Let's talk about it.
So yeah, what do you want to do now? What should we talk about instead?
The movie
The
as it
detectives are like, oh, maybe it was a robbery, or maybe it was made to look like one. And then they say regular detective stuff. They're not really
like
doing anything.
I'm a detective.
And then they zoom out.
Hot dog.
He was thrown out the window hot dog style.
This is above my pay grade.
I'm getting too old for this shit.
This
Turn in your badge and gun.
I'm retiring tomorrow. They zoom
I'm
way
driving
out.
a car.
Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo, wee woo.
I'll let you
honk,
take this
that's
one.
what I always say.
Stop resisting.
The crying won't get you out of
Go
this
that way,
traffic
Phelps.
ticket. What do cops say? So they zoom out from that scene, and it's a big wide shot of the
love
city.
you, son.
And there was
I wish.
there was a blimp shaped like an elephant.
Mm-hmm.
And I did think that we were going to see what was inside of the elephant blimp. So I did write in my notes, elephant blimp.
Probably
In the sky?
In the sky.
Probably,
I didn't notice a blimp.
Helium,
It was like a circus elephant.
helium gas,
Isn't it? Oh yeah, helium, not hydrogen.
not hydrogen.
No,
Helium
not
is-
anymore. Not anymore.
Helium's
Not
still
anymore.
helium's still flammable, but it's not as flammable.
I don't know why. Because I think Night Owl had, like, spoilers. Doesn't Night Owl have, like, some kind of craft that he can...
It's Archimedes, his night owl ship.
So I think I
Is
thought
that right?
it was
Archimedes,
that.
I think is what it's called.
I think I just thought it was that, and it was disguised as a circus elephant. So I was like, ooh, yeah, let's show the inside of this elephant.
Just cuts to him fucking Silk Spectre while Hallelujah plays.
And a liar that can only tell the truth. Nope. That was too...
What?
the elephant-shaped thing made me think of the Moulin Rouge,
Elephants
which then made me think
are
I should make a reference to Moulin Rouge, but maybe I should have clued people in on the middle step there before I just said he's fucking Silk Spectre and there's a liar who can only tell the truth.
I will say that elephants are a somewhat prominent symbol in Watchmen.
Is that right? I don't remember that. I'll take your word for it, though. Again, it's been a while. So, yeah, the police
also,
leave.
right before they throw the Molotov cocktail, somebody does spray an absolutely banger line, iconic graffito of "Who watches the Watchmen?"
Yo,
Mind
What?
blown.
Okay, so one of the detectives says that he thinks that Comedian might have had some shady government connections, and that might have something to do with why he's dead. We get the iconic Rorschach journal. I'll look down and whisper no. All that. He grappling
thinks he's
hooks
so
into
fucking
Comedian's
cool with his
apartment.
journal.
He is. He like, this is what I'm like, oh, this is pretty good. I forgot how, like, poignant this fucking dialogue is about painting him as, like,
but
a guy
It's so
who-
random, though. It's not connected to anything.
no, he just thinks about this shit all the time. Like, he's
He
just
should-
like, oh, it's like a dog carcass and an owl. It's a dog carcass. It's ran over by a car.
Rotting,
This
festering.
The city's afraid of me. He's so...
Well, that's also, by the way, that's a weird thing, because I'm like, that makes sense as an opening monologue. It feels weird to have it this... I mean, we're not far into the movie, despite how far we are into this episode. But it feels weird to bring this in now. I thought they just cut it, but no. You know what they did cut, though? You know what they did cut, though?
What?
He just says, I'll whisper no. He doesn't say he's going to look down and whisper no. What the fuck, Zack?
I know.
Zack, what the fuck?
Like, I love the, like, this city is gutters, and the gutters are full of blood, and when the blood scabs over, the vermin will have nowhere to go.
And the vermin have blood in them, and they eat food, and the future is blood.
Now, and you are the blood.
It's literally like this, like bad stream of consciousness shit from this guy who's just so fucking edgy.
Let me tell you about a day with all the blood.
What I love about this, though, is that without it being the opening monologue, it does put it into perspective that this guy is just like going about his business and then at some point has this thought and starts like narrating this in his journal.
Like,
because for him, it's not like he just started being Rorschach today. Like, he's just doing his regular stuff and he's like, you know what? I bet one day the whores and politicians are going to look up and shout, save us.
And I'll be like, no.
And I'll be like, no.
Not gonna do it.
It's like the kid, the losers in my art class who would talk about how they couldn't wait for them to graduate high school so they could go tell off their teachers that were like rude to them.
Oh yeah, like, it's every like
it's his power trip.
Every fucking online post that's like, if I ever got to give a speech, I would be like, and this one goes out to all the fuckers who fucking suck.
What was that troll tweet recently? It's just like, my attitude is generally all overwhelming. I don't give a fuck attitude. Does that make me a nasty guy? Maybe. I just shrug and say fuck you and fuck yourself.
Rorschach's entire diary is one gigantic forum signature.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he's
Night
in
Owl
Comedian's apartment.
Points to all of his relationships with women, and he says, "You see this? I got this by crying.
This whole thing
this over
smacks
here, crying.
This whole thing smacks of gender." I holler as I overturn my uncle's barbecue grill and turn the 4th of July into the 4th of shit.
He wishes,
I like to think
but
of
he would
this
never.
country as the United States of shit. Okay, he grappling hooks into Comedian's apartment. He goes through his stuff. He finds an old photo of Silk Spectre 1. They fucked. There's a
it's ambiguous.
We'll get to that. There's like a framed newspaper clipping that Comedian has of himself like smiling over an unconscious person in Vietnam, I think.
Yeah.
He's a bad man.
He's a fucked up dude.
Yes. He's also
Rorschach finds the hidden little button in his closet that goes to Narnia. And by Narnia, I mean a bunch of guns.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's Narnia. Is that
so that's that.
Here?
It's the Comedian's stuff.
We go to the elderly retired Night Owl 1, Hollis, and Night Owl 2, Daniel, Patrick Wilson, Orm.
AKA Orm.
Orm. He's most, you probably know him as Orm from the Aquaman movie.
Hollis was Night Owl, and then he retired, so it was #onto Orm.
Also, it's wild that you can, in that photo, in like the nostalgia photo of the Minutemen, in Night Owl's Speedo, you can just full see his hog.
I know! I don't understand why any, like, person with a penis that's wearing a, like, underwear or whatever
like, wear a cup, my dude.
A cup. Yeah. Like, didn't John Cena do the same thing as
yeah.
What's his face?
Peacemaker.
It's so funny that you already have forgotten the character's name. I love that. That's great.
Well, we had a blank week. We had a week where we didn't watch anything, so my brain just fully flushed out like a neti pot.
I only think about Kingdom Hearts now.
I love this conversation that Dan and Hollis have, where it's like it's just this very like center-right, non-political politics conversation. It's like, oh, fucking Nixon, right? Well, better him than the commies.
I like it. Also... Yeah, you get a really good picture of what an old man Hollis is, where he's like, and that was how we started being vigilantes. Sorry, I've told you this story like 500 fucking times.
And Night Owl is like, well, I have nothing else to do, so. I'm fine with it. He also mentions that, he voted for Nixon 5 times. And I thought this was interesting, the thing about it started with the gangs. People forget that, because that, like, it's an interesting thing to imagine. Like, that's something that I feel like could happen, of like gangs just deciding to be like, hey, let's be aesthetically themed.
Like, I don't know that I think that would happen, to be perfectly honest.
But what about
like
Saints
bank
Row?
robbers that all wear like Nixon masks or like whatever.
In Saints Row, you got like the cyberpunk gang, and you got the luchador gang, and then you got the
there's like the jester people where, the Joker people where they're all wearing Halloween costumes of animals.
I want to live in that world where
because they're card themed,
where organized crime is whimsical.
I don't. Because I would like to be able to trust mascots when I see them walking down the street.
Mondo mascots would be a very different Twitter.
I don't want to, I don't want to go to Times Square and have it be like 50-50 whether or not the knockoff Elmo stabs me.
Yeah. Hey, watch where we fucking go.
It's already like 2080, so.
Yeah. Okay, so
I was rude to a knockoff Elmo once, and they have spread my photo to all of them. That's all I'm saying. Anyway.
So Daniel gets up to leave, and he's like, "Hey, us retired vigilantes got to stick together." He walks past a sign outside of a mechanic's shop that says "Obsolete models are our specialty." I need to Google this to see if I should make fun of it or if it was in the original comic.
It's got to be in the original comic.
I mean, you
right?
can make fun of it if it was in the original comic.
A lot of this stuff in comics, I don't know, there's something about the medium of the movie where little Easter eggs like that, when you spend more than half a second on them, it becomes way too, like, cheesy. Like, I feel like in a comic, you can have one panel of the comic be the sign that says, we specialize in obsolete models, but, like, the shot, like, follows him as he walks past the poster, so it's like the poster is perfectly in focus.
Yeah. So I actually, it was in the comics, so I actually think it was really smart and cool and very well executed.
Well, this is the thing. I saw something that somebody was like doing a side-by-side comparison of, the comics, like the panels of the comics and like the frames of the movie, and people were like complaining that it wasn't like exactly the same.
Yeah, Watchmen.
And I'm just like
people who don't understand Watchmen are very anal about Watchmen. Dan struts his little booty on home, and he's like, "Oh, someone's broken into my house." And so
because when he gets home, the door is ajar.
Yes,
which it used to be a door. So
so like that's pretty weird. Has a wizard turned my door into a jar?
But Rorschach's eating a jar of beans.
my brother in Christ, Rorschach, is eating a can.
He's
of
on
baked
his second
beans.
can of plain baked beans,
unheated.
He's like, "Hope you don't mind. I helped myself to some beans."
Can I say? This is completely true. Reading the comic when I was in like high school, when he was eating those beans, I was always like, beans.
But they're unheated.
Looks nice.
Throw it on the stovetop. Come on.
He says that they're good.
Rorschach
he says they're fine like that, but he's also a freak.
And,
he says they're fine.
Rorschach,
what's the problem?
Yeah, Rorschach's not wrong about anything.
He told me they're good.
Have you ever eaten cold beans?
Fuck no.
I have.
Because I have.
I have.
I wouldn't wish it upon you.
I don't
I'm trying to think if there's any context where I've eaten cold beans.
I think I would wish it upon my worst enemy, but I wouldn't wish it upon my friend Sam. So.
Rorschach has opened up an Xbox 360 controller and is emptying several cans of baked beans into it.
Do you eat edamame cold?
No, it's steamed.
Well, you can. I think you can eat it room temp.
You can eat them. Yeah, you can eat them room temp, but you have to steam the soybeans to get the edamame.
True.
So anyway, well, no, let's keep talking about the beans. I mean, refried beans. I feel like if you gave it a little stir, you could probably get away with it. I one time was actually really pissed off because I had bought myself it's weird buying groceries for like one person. So I had made these like lime and black bean taco things that I had a recipe for.
Sounds good.
And I I used a third of a can of beans, like a 99-cent can of beans, right? And it's like still out. And this was in college. My roommate comes by with her, like they're like going out or whatever, and her boyfriend and her friends come over. And the boyfriend comes up to me and is like, "Hey, I hope it's okay. I ate some of your beans." And I was like, what the fuck? He had just picked up the, like, open can of beans that I had left on the counter because what the fuck, like, why the fuck would I need to hide my beans? And just, like, poured them in his mouth like it was a drink or, like, some, you know, a little cup of Skittles. And I was just like, you owe me 33 fucking cents. Like, I wanted those beans.
Girl.
Hey, sorry, I was in the bathroom. I just finished off your toothpaste. It wasn't very good.
Girl, if your man is opening your roommate's can of going into your roommate's can of beans and eating them cold. That's not your man. That's Rorschach.
This is a fucking r/am I the asshole post.
Literally, I was like so pissed because I was like, I don't go grocery shopping that often. Like, when am I gonna get a third of a cup of beans again?
Go over to the neighbor. Hey, can I borrow a third?
Yeah, I thought
you have like 18 black beans I could borrow.
Oh, I saw you build.
Oh, I have 17. Ooh.
Oh, my taco recipe calls for 19, so I actually was even.
Well, I mean,
sorry.
It's a 13 bean dip. It means it's got 13 beans in it.
My roommate was like, "It's not that, like, why are you upset? It's like not a big deal or whatever." And because she was like, "Haha, he ate like a cup, like a handful of beans. You know, like he didn't even eat. It's not like it was that much."
You put your fingers in my beans?
He's always eating beans.
No, he just poured them into his mouth.
Oh my god.
The more I think about it, the fucking weirder it is that he did that.
Yeah, that's insane.
Because at the time it was like,
I'm just imagining a situation,
a
a place I could be in my life, where I walk into like my partner's apartment, see an open can of beans, and just down that fucker, and I can't
just
think
pour,
of it, but
pour some in your mouth.
I can't think of any situation in which I'd do that unless I was Rorschach.
Or
I think he wasn't even doing it. I don't even think he was doing anything in the kitchen. Like, I think his girlfriend had to go into the kitchen to do something, so he went with her and was like, "Haha, beans."
But what if?
Wait, I smell something from your kitchen.
What if?
Oh, is that beans?
What if he's a beanaholic?
Oh,
and
that's not
to.
funny.
He can't control himself.
Well, then it's affecting other parts of his life negatively, and he needs to take it in.
I'm just saying we should
control.
have a little sympathy.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm saying if it's to the point where he's eating my beans, it's an issue.
That's true.
And he needs to go to a professional.
I know, and we should have empathy for that.
I have empathy for it, but I don't have beans.
Not
That's
anymore.
a fucking problem.
Oh man, if this episode doesn't have a title based on beans,
So what?
we're gonna.
No, I was so glad you were so right to bring us back to beans.
What were we talking about? Watchmen.
We were talking about beans.
So they go into the night.
Actually, you know what bean is really gross cold?
What?
Those microwavable, like, mixed vegetable bags that like your mom makes for dinner.
Yeah.
When it gets cold, you can eat the carrots cold.
Yeah.
You can eat the peas cold. You can eat the corn cold. The lima beans are horrible, even warm. So when they get cold, it's just like
lima beans
just
are
bad
not
texture,
good.
just filling your mouth with bad texture.
I don't know that I've ever had a lima bean.
They're so bad.
Your brother hasn't either, and I cannot encourage you to do it because they're not very good.
It's it's such a, like, it's a very good, like, just pop it in the microwave for 2 minutes, like, making a meal for the whole family.
One giant lima bean in the microwave for the family to share.
I would probably dig into a lima bean if it was like a pound of lima bean. I would probably eat that.
If it was one big bean?
Yeah.
I mean, if it was like a baked potato, just like put some
holes
holes in it
one
first.
Big bean.
What?
Yeah, that's the
This episode's going to be called One Big Bean.
One big bean.
And she do it a Yankee.
Shut up. The episode
lima
is
beans
saved.
are disgusting, and I don't understand why we couldn't throw them out as a kid. I was just like, this is not a substantial enough. Like,
Well, I mean,
there aren't a
it's
lot of
serving
lima beans
children.
in those vegetable mix things because they're disgusting and they're kind of big. So I'm just like, this isn't taking up a substantial enough amount of volume that, like, this is contributing to the nutrition of this dish. Like, why do I have to eat these? Why are they here?
Well,
like, the lima bean lobby
the
must
amount
be
of
really
nutrition
powerful.
that is packed into a single lima bean.
One big bean.
Here at
Full-
Lima Bean Orchards, where we grow our lima beans on our bean trees, we grow only the finest lima beans, and we put 1 pound of protein in each ounce of lima bean.
Wow.
Now, you might think that's one big bean. Oh, no.
Yeah,
We have
an ounce of
our microproteins.
This is actually the Manowar equivalent of a lima bean. It's actually a composite of several different types of beans.
an ounce of bean is worth a pound of bean.
It's just like, it's sometimes you can, like, the thing about lima beans too is they're like pale green, so they just look wrong.
Yeah, they look
like
bad.
It's like, are these underripe? Like, why are we eating them if they're not ready
Yeah,
yet?
God made
but it's
them-
just
God
like,
made
no,
them
that's
wrong
as good
and-
that's as good as they get.
Like humans will eat, like, I will happily eat peppers that are specifically made with chemicals that say, no, stop, I can't fuck
No,
in
no.
your guts.
Please don't eat me.
eat me. And I'd be like,
Right.
pain, mouth go burr.
Right.
But a lima bean, which is a perfectly edible food, it tastes extremely mild. I'm not touching that shit.
No, it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting.
So,
Love a pinto bean, though.
I feel like I am a better person than I would have been if I didn't have to eat lima beans as a kid.
I'm a
You know?
I'm a black bean fan.
Wait,
I'm
you
more-
are a better person than you are? What?
Than I would have been if I hadn't had to eat them.
Oh, so they made
I
you
feel
a
like
better person.
they strengthened my character
Yeah.
because they suck so
you,
much.
Okay.
you grow through adversity.
You understand that you have to take the good and the bad.
Like you have
So
to.
that's why
yeah.
I'm such a stunted sack of
So
shit.
yeah,
Yeah,
look,
that's why
I would.
Giga and I don't talk about you off the
Like,
pod, so don't
bad-
worry about
bad
it.
stuff has
Don't worry
happened.
about us saying negative things.
Bad stuff has happened in my life, but I wouldn't not want to do it because it makes me who I am, and I like who I am.
Right.
Yeah.
Lima beans are that. Lima beans are the bad thing that happened in my life.
Anyway, so
No, don't anyway. We're gonna keep talking about beans for another hour.
So okay,
I do like black beans.
I think a black
You know,
bean.
I
and-
never liked black beans. Okay, let me tell you this.
Okay.
Speaking of like microwave meals or whatever, I
Mhm.
think when I was in middle school, my parents would buy these like lean cuisines, and
Mhm.
there was one that they would get that had like a big like cup of black beans in it,
Oh, gross!
and it was
bean
so-
cuisine.
It was so gross, like just like
Mm.
unseasoned, just black beans.
Mhm.
And I only just recently, like in the past year, have eaten black beans again since eating that
when
lean
I
cuisine
make
as a
black
kid.
beans,
They're
I
good.
put like maybe like a third of a cup of fire roasted salsa in there, and I have them with like on top of yellow rice with some
That's a complete protein, baby.
just a complete protein, with a with some cheese,
Oh, yeah.
and some
which is also a complete
I'm
protein.
I'm just
Hot-
frantically Googling other types of beans for us to talk about so we can keep...
hot tip.
Every
Chipotle Tabasco sauce, extremely good.
I don't like spicy stuff, but that does sound
Well,
tasty.
Chipotle-
Every time I go to the
Chipotle's-
restaurant of Chipotle,
No, I'm
they
not.
ask me if I.
I'm not saying like.
No, I know
Okay.
it's a flavor.
So, yeah.
What?
But every time I go to the restaurant of Chipotle and they ask me if I want red beans or black beans, I have to get half and half because I can't choose because they're beans and they're good
Yeah.
and they're both good.
The
It's kind of a I feel
so like
I kind of feel about the beans at Chipotle the way like some Redditors are like, why do we have to be tits or ass men?
yeah, exactly. Why can't we
Jesus
go both?
Christ.
Can a man not have? Is a man not entitled to the tits of his ass?
May I not fuck both beans?
Which is to say, I feel like I'm morally superior for not having a preference, but I know that it actually just makes me a
Did
dipshit.
either of you watch as a kid? Did either of you watch Shaolin Showdown on WB Kids?
No, I do know the
did.
show though. I never watched
There's
it.
I
a
did.
giant evil bean in that, and
Oh
he's
my
like he's
God.
got a southern drawl.
I don't remember that. yet. I didn't watch Shaolin Showdown as much as I watched Jackie Chan Adventures and Pokemon.
I love Jackie Chan Adventures.
Great show.
Me
Great
too.
Show.
One time, I don't know why. I mean, I know why. It's because I was an impressionable kid. When I was a kid, I thought, like, you know, stuff you see other people doing is cool. So, do you remember how in
you
Jackie
ran
Chan
down an exploding building?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Remember how in Jackie Chan Adventures, whenever, like, he would say, like, "Buh!" instead of, like, "ah," or, like, "golly gee willikers," or whatever. One time in the cafeteria when I was in, like, 5th grade, I had been watching a lot of Jackie Chan Adventures and for some reason thought that it would be cool if I also said "bah" instead of "ah."
Oh, yeah.
And I, like, dropped my lunch tray and really loudly went, like, "bah!" And I remember exactly which cute girl was standing next to me when that happened, and I was just like, I'm gonna go die now. I was like, I have made a miscalculation.
Yeah, like we've all tried.
You thought everyone in the cafeteria would be like Jackie Chan Adventures.
We've all tried to make it
stand and applaud.
We've all tried to do a thing, right? At some point, we've all tried to do like, oh, this is going to be my thing. I'm going to start wearing scarves to school, and then it never goes well. It's not once has it ever for anyone gone well. The best thing I did in fucking school. It didn't become a thing. Is that I just went as a mime for Halloween.
Oh, for Halloween.
And I honestly I look pretty fucking good in that mime makeup. I'm not gonna lie.
I believe it.
I don't have any embarrassing school memories like that because anytime I embarrassed myself in school, I would just black out and I don't remember any of it.
Yeah. I think I didn't have enough self-awareness I probably did embarrassing shit that I just has gone over, like, past me, and I don't remember it. So I've been letting
well, there's no way that the way that I spiked my hair up wasn't cool.
So, similarly, like, I've been letting the movie roll for this entire time, and my vision is drawn back to it because where we've gotten to here, and I think where we'll pick up talking about it for a little bit at least, is where like, I would be embarrassed if I were Dr. Manhattan and Rorschach came into the room and my giant ass was in his face.
Well, that's because you're not an advanced being like Dr. Manhattan.
That's true. He's beyond needs of such things. He's kind of... I like how creepy he is, I'll be honest.
Yeah. What movie are you talking about, though?
I don't... he looks like shit.
It's his movie called One Big Bean.
Yeah, One Big Bean.
Who eats the beans? No,
imagine
that didn't make any sense.
To giant Dr. Manhattan, like a 1
Where's
pound,
the beans?
a 1 pound lima bean would be the size of a
regular
normal
size.
lima bean, and he would hate it.
So, okay. Let's just speed through the rest.
All right, so Rorschach breaks
he's
into...
eating beans.
Rorschach breaks into I'm skipping the rest. Rorschach breaks...
Into Danny's house. He's like, oh, why didn't you...
Danny.
Blah, 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 whatever. Orm.
Yeah.
He's talking to Orm about, like, why are you retired? And Orm is like, because it's illegal. And he's like, oh, you're... And then, so then he goes in to talk to Dr. Manhattan.
Well, it's the one thing we need to take away from this is that Rorschach thinks that there is a person hunting down former vigilantes.
Mm-hmm.
Night Owl thinks it's more likely a political killing because of comedians' weird, shady connections.
In South America.
And then they kind of have a moment where Night Owl seems like he kind of regrets retiring. Mm-hmm. That's that.
So then Night Orm goes to see his friend Adrian Voight, who is Ozymandias. And Adrian, our good friend Adrian, epically, like YouTube, 70s man, epically owns reporter on live TV.
Mm-hmm. The reporter asks him about merch and he like merch sales and if the other Watchmen like resent him for selling their shit.
Because besides Night Owl 1, Ozymandias is the only one of these people who has ever like gone public with their true identity, and he has like pivoted it into being a massive wealthy industry guy.
Yeah.
And he sells action figures. Also the reporter calls him Ozymandias.
It's not how that's
Sure.
spelled. Yeah, whatever. So the camera slowly zooms in as he says basically, resources are scarce, but if we didn't have scarce resources, then we could have fully automated luxury gay-based communism. And as is, I can't look away. I can't look at him because in the middle of the frame is the Twin Towers, and there's a blimp slowly drifting towards them, and I'm like, no, not again. Not this time.
No, they got another 30 years. So,
Helium cannot melt steel beams. So yeah, he says...
So he says, yeah, like, the merch makes money, and the money all goes to the research, and the research is going to end war forever. Mm-hmm. So maybe you look stupid. Thank you so much for coming. Goodbye. With the reporter... So anyway, the reporter leaves. Ozymandias changes into such a fucking good outfit.
Oh, he looks so good. He looks...
Zizix... Zaz is watching this scene and going, and taking notes.
I was literally gonna say he looks transmask in the way that Zaz does.
Yep. His shirt is too big and it's tucked into pleated pants.
Yeah.
It's excellent.
Also,
do you know this actor? Is this actor a Skarsgård?
No, he's a British guy.
I didn't make a note of any of the actors.
Because, like, is he doing an accent or is he trying not to do an accent or what?
He's doing an accent. He's doing, like, it's a pretty complex accent, to be honest. He's doing, like, a German-raised American accent, where it's like he slips. It kind of sounds like he's doing a bad American accent, but I think that he's doing this on purpose.
Okay. Because he was very much doing whatever he was doing. Yeah. I don't know.
So he meets with Daniel, who tells him what Rorschach said. He says, you might be in danger since everybody knows who you are. But Adrian's like, well, thanks for the warning, but what we should really be worrying about is how many nukes the Soviets have, because even if Dr. Manhattan stops 99% of them, the remaining 1% would be enough nukes to kill every single person on the planet.
So,
why do nukes exist? Rorschach, they're a bad idea.
Thanks, America.
So, we go to John D. Rockefeller Military Research Base or whatever, and Rorschach has ran through the fence at high speed, leaving a Rorschach-shaped hole in the fence.
The John D is for John, Dr. Manhattan's dick. And Rockefeller's for how it's rock hard.
And it will Rockefeller. Or two.
Yeah. So Rorschach is doing lame parkour.
It's not called John D. Whatever.
No, it's just called Rockefeller Military Research Center.
But the John's D is there.
John's D is implied, yeah. And present.
Rorschach is...
It's called the Dr. Manhattan's Dick Memorial Research Facility.
No, it's still there!
But it was blown up. It came back, but it was blown up.
Oh, it was. It came back bigger and bluer than ever, though. So, he always...
died, but he's fine.
He used to be a grower, but now he's showing.
He died, but he's fine. He always has blue balls. I mean, he always has blue balls.
That's so sad.
Lori, help him.
Because they're blue.
But he also...
Rorschach...
And he's blue!
Why'd you say it like that?
Oh, was that too specific of a reference?
No, I got it.
I didn't get it.
It's Eminem.
Will you explain?
It's Eminem. Mascot of the podcast.
It's his Trump rap.
Yeah, mascot. And he's orange. The mascot of the podcast, Marshall Mathers. So...
Plus his penis got an attitude.
Do you think that every time that...
Blue peanuts. Fucking wee nuts.
Do you think it's fun to me just to grab JFK's hand anyway?
It's fun for me just to grab 99% of the nukes.
Do you think that every time that Dr. Manhattan changes size, he's just kind of like winging it?
Like, how do you mean?
Like as far as figuring out how big his dick should be?
No, but like when he gets really big,
wanging it.
And then he has so when Rorschach sneaks into the base, he meets Dr. Manhattan, and Dr. Manhattan is very large. He's like 50 feet tall. And he's like, oh hey Rorschach, and so he shrinks back down to normal size. And what I'm saying is, do you think that normal size is different every time he does it? Like.
Right. Like he doesn't. There's no button for him to press.
I would think he probably just knows how tall he naturally is and just goes to that size.
But that's arbitrary. Anyway, so Rorschach's like, they're gonna kill you, and Dr. Manhattan's like, I'm blue, and so Spectre's like, comes out and she's like, he's blue,
Silk Spectre 2, the daughter of the original.
Silk Spectre 2.
Oh, but you hated when we called her Ratcatcher 2,
No, she's,
even though that was her actual name.
I don't think she's Silk Spectre 2. I think Night Owl is Night Owl 2.
No, she is Silk Spectre 2.
Is she? All right.
Yeah.
They call her I thought they called her Silk Spectre.
No, I mean, the reason I'm specifying is because there's another character who is Silk Spectre 1.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, it's going to be very important that this is not.
I don't intend to call her that for the whole movie, just right now.
Yeah. So Silk Spectre is like, why are you here? And Dr. Manhattan is like, well, he wants me to look into the future to see if the killer is ever identified, but I can't because there's like some kind of thing obstructing my vision, like maybe a nuclear holocaust. So thanks for coming. We'll talk to you later. Bye.
Did you know that if you place like on like a slightly concave dish, if you place 2 grapes together and microwave them, that you can create plasma?
No. Is that real?
Yes.
Is that what happens to Dr.
As
Manhattan?
if I would ever do anything with 2 grapes besides stuff them in my gob. Get real.
That is what happened to Dr. Manhattan. He got put in the microwave with 2 grapes.
I thought you said you don't like to eat pears.
Did I ever say that?
It was
when you were eating carrots on the podcast, and I was like, you should throw a pear in there for your still life, and you were like, I'm not painting a still life, and I don't want to eat pears. And Giga said, well, you can eat 3 carrots then.
I did.
You remember the things that we say a lot better than I do.
That sounds way too funny for me.
I listen to the podcast a lot.
Okay,
I listen to it too while I'm editing, and then I forget immediately.
I just don't.
I listen to it a lot.
I just don't remember being funny like that.
I also like it. I just listen to it when I'm editing.
So anyway, Rorschach gets Yote out of the building, and he's like, "Oh fuck!" And so it's just like,
oh, we totally forgot to mention the journal entry that is read over this scene where Rorschach is just like, Night Owl's a fucking pussy. Everyone is gay.
Everyone's a gay pussy. This sucks.
I hate it. I hate it here.
He says, yeah, he's the only one who's still, like, working and healthy, and he's, like, jumping up a ladder.
Do you ever feel like you're the only cool guy in school?
And, he lists everyone's downfall, including Silhouette, who died from being gay, which...
Unfortunate.
Boo! Do not like that he thinks that is why...
I mean, I don't like it that he thinks that way, but he definitely would.
Right.
So
this guy sucks.
So
this guy fucking sucks.
Dr. Manhattan agrees with us and says goodbye, John, and
teleports him out of
there. Wait, please don't tell me.
And so Silk Spectre's like, damn, what a fucking freak. Anyway, and Dr. Manhattan is like, oh, hey, gonna re-traumatize you real fast.
Because
they're talking about why Dr. Manhattan can't see the future anymore, and he's like, it's probably because the world is destroyed by nuclear bombs, and the nuclear bombs going off are sending tachyons back into the past.
The thing that she asks is how, if you can see the future, because you always say that time is all simultaneous, how do you not already know if you and Adrian's work is going to avert nuclear apocalypse? And he's like, oh, you don't really understand.
You don't really get it.
Zap your brain with time travel.
Let me give you a little tumor. Whoop. And so he re-traumatizes her real quick. And she's like, oh,
because she sees her parents fighting that we saw in the opening credits.
She's like, oh, I didn't like that. And he's
with
like,
some additional detail.
Anyway, go have dinner.
This is where we hear her dad says like, oh, why don't you go fuck your friend the comedian? I can't believe you did that even after he tried to rape you. So that's where we get that, and I think it's probably going to come up again later. I know it does in the comics. There you go.
Yeah. So he's like, so anyway, that's why I don't show you like what I see, because you always think of bad stuff. So
yeah, he's kind of shout out to Captain Uranus here, who's kind of an abusive piece of shit.
He kind of sucks.
Well, I liked this because
I like him. He's really creepy. Like he's
and I think again this just goes back to the comic, but I think it's a very effective picture of this guy who's like so apart from everyone, and he just like can't really do anything about that, because he shows her this stuff and she's like, stop showing me this, and he's like, I didn't. I just like showed you how time actually works, And it's
And
you
that's where your
who
brain went.
fixates on these dark places from your past.
He's this really good portrait of, like, I'm gonna get deep here real quick, so get your put on your scuba masks.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I feel at odds with the world that I live in, because as I am kind of contemptuous of myself as a human animal, because unlike all other animals that lack the capacity for self-awareness and language and creativity, humans are forced to grapple with the ability to perceive meaning in a world that is inherently meaningless and arbitrary to our existence. And that is a I think at the core struggle of human being, and Dr. Manhattan is at a further step from that. Like, he is this god in a human shell, right?
Right. He has ascended.
He has knowledge
I feel like
that's far past his ability to, like, he is held back by his humanity.
He also, I think, is I mean, the human search for meaning as an extrapolation of our ability to detect patterns in the wild being useful for protection. I think Dr. Manhattan is like the step beyond, in that he is no longer looking for meaning.
Exactly.
He already knows that shit's just happening.
Yeah, he sees the arbitrariness of the and the futility of the world in all of its. And so he sees these people around him. He doesn't see them as people, I imagine. He sees them as, like, because they're not like him.
It's complicated.
It is complicated, and all of this interesting stuff is no thanks to Zack.
No,
I think
just so nobody thinks that
we're talking about Watchmen.
This is stuff that we're just thinking about.
This is a Watchmen podcast, be it of the movie or the comics, a little bit.
It's a Bean podcast.
It's a Bean podcast, mostly.
One thing I like about this moment too is she's like, why don't you tell me what you see and stuff? He's like, I didn't want to worry you prematurely or whatever. And he shows her the thing of time. And I feel like it's interesting because it's like, if he had tried to just say that, if he had been like, I don't want to tell you everything that I see because you won't be able to handle it, it'll just sound patronizing. It'll sound, rude. But to show it and have that be the truth of it, and he's like, that's why I don't do it. It's like still rude, but it's like, sorry.
Still,
like,
but he can't help but be like that because
he's instead of being patronizing, he's paternal. I think is the key there, that he.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, people don't like to be criticized, but if if the person is correct in their criticism, you're not really mad at them.
Exactly. It's not. Yeah. It's like, I think he handles it pretty.
Hey, don't call me a fucking puny human. It's like, okay, but you are one. So sorry, but no
at least
offense.
say human, so it's funny sounding. Yeah, and I think. I assume, I know we get backstory to their relationship in the comic. I don't remember if we do in the movie, but I assume we will because it's extremely long. But yeah, you do really feel bad for her because she's like, what am I doing here? Like, I can't with
my boyfriend got turned into God
with this guy.
Yeah,
because he's like. He's like, yeah, sorry. Anyway, say hi to Daniel for me. And she's like, what? And he's like, oh, well, you want to ask me out to dinner, but you know that you can't, so you're going to call Daniel and go behind my back, but it's fine because it doesn't bother me, because it's totally natural that you would want to reach out to a friend in these trying times.
Yeah,
and she's just like,
it's always tough when you're in a relationship and the power dynamic becomes weird mid-relationship.
Was it? I thought this guy turned into Dr. Manhattan in, like, 1965.
Yes, they got together after he was Dr. Manhattan.
Oh, yeah.
He's always been Dr. Manhattan.
Because
she's always been trying to do this.
He had a girlfriend at the time in the comic. I think you see, maybe wife. I think you see his relationship fall apart after he gets Manhattaned.
Yeah,
because
she's like, you used to wear clothes. I loved that about you. And he's like, I'm blue now. I don't have to.
I don't even.
God, you know what's one of the
I just piss on the floor. It's fine.
Panels in Watchmen. I can't remember if it's him with Silk Spectre or with his previous girlfriend, who they're like having sex and he like creates another him, and they're like,
oh, that's in this movie.
Yeah,
it is in this movie, and she's like, hey, can you fucking not do that?
Can you not do that?
I'm sorry, I just wanted to, I was curious.
Yeah, he's like, sorry,
I thought you would like that. God, that is nuts. I love that. It's so good.
two things that we forgot to mention. One is that Dr. Manhattan, I mean, we've said he is naked, his blue dong is there, but
we didn't mention that
something
he's
that
like
apparently
a horse
happened to all
and
of
he
us
just
was
pees and shits whenever.
Nope.
he's the king of crude. He's the doctor of crude.
He's
but
he's the god of crude.
he also he's the god of crude.
He's the god of gross.
He has this. He has the subtitles like covered his dong for me, but otherwise it is out. Also, in the previous scene, we got so distracted by the bean stuff, we missed the most important bean part of the whole thing, which is that Rorschach shows Night Owl the comedian's button, and he goes, "Look at this," and he goes, "Is this bean juice?" And Rorschach says, Human bean juice.
Oh, Rorschach, you're ruining beans for me, man.
Oh,
come on.
What if you put like a can of baked beans in a soda stream? You'd probably just end up with like a very frothy.
Oh God.
You'd end.
I don't want to talk about that.
Oh, now you don't want to talk about beans.
Do you think that Rorschach doesn't know that the phrase is human being?
No, I think he's making like.
Or do you think it's just funny?
I think he made like a little joke for once in his life.
Well, I think it's funny. I like human bean joke.
Isn't there like a vegan egg white equivalent that's like bean juice that gets like frothed up?
There
I don't know.
What is that called?
Why would that be
with an F, I think.
For egg white. Oh.
I
was like, why would it be a vegan substitute if it's egg white?
Aquafaba. Thank you.
Oh yeah. There's
Aquafaba.
There was a coffee shop. I think it's still there. There's a coffee shop in Portland called the Human Bean.
I love it. I also, my favorite like version of interpreting the word being in a different way is when people like whenever I say I'm doing something for the time being, I'm doing it for the time being.
Yeah.
I don't know who the time being is, but I do a lot
That's
of
kind of a
things for
Dear
them.
God style thing.
I think I think by the way that I said aquafaba, it's aquafaba. Excuse me.
Aquafaba.
Don't want to get any of those vegans writing in, am I right?
Not like fava beans?
I would love some vegans to write
It's
in.
made from chickpea juice.
Ah.
Is it faba with a B, like the second B in Flight?
Well, Fabaceae.
Like the first bee in beans.
So that makes sense. So like Fabaceae.
I wonder what the second bee in Flight Club will stand for today.
So
it could be anything. It's really hard to
say.
So Fabaceae is the family that legumes are in. So that's probably where it comes from.
Oh, so it's water of bean.
Aquafaba. Water of bean. So Rorschach, I mean, Dr. Manhattan is right. Silk Spectre 2 asks out Night Owl 2. They go to dinner. They're like, oh, haha, remember that guy that like pretended to be a supervillain so he could be punished? Haha, oh yeah, he was always chasing after us, wanting to be beaten up. What happened to him? Rorschach killed him.
With an elevator.
Rorschach dropped him down an elevator shaft when he tried it on him. That is, of course, dialogue directly from the comics. I will say, I didn't love the way it played out loud.
Yeah, no.
I think I really like that
harsh.
moment in the text, but
yeah, I don't. I wish.
No,
they
you know what it is.
They like laugh and then they stop laughing and they're like,
well, it's a very small difference, but I don't like that. In the comic, they laugh about it and I think Silk Spectre's like, sorry, God, that's not really funny, is it? And then they move on.
Yeah.
This
like,
version of it, I think
funny.
they laugh and she's like,
funny.
oh, it's not fun. Well, it is kind of funny.
Which, storytelling is...
No, it's not.
People, say, these small things, that nitpicking is not valid criticism, but,
that's a huge tone shift.
Storytelling, especially dialogue, is a very chaotic medium. Very small changes can affect the tone in very large ways. And
right, because this is what we have to talk about, is what did they change? Because not a lot of it has been changed so far.
That and beans.
And beans.
More bean. There was an hour of bean talk.
Yeah, and what's the line? This one landed like a thud as he walks her out to the cab, and she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I invited you out here. I was hoping we could have a few laughs, but those seem to be pretty rare these days." And Daniel just goes, "Well, what do you expect? the comedian is dead.
Yeah, that one hit. Like, I do like when she's like,
darkness, my
"Oh, but
old
being
friend."
a masked vigilante is silly." I mean, the latex, the skin tight latex costume I had to wear,
God.
what a pain. And he
You
was
remember
like,
that skin tight costume? And he's like,
what a
Yeah,
shame.
I remember that.
I thought that was a little, but yeah, and that's the end of the movie.
That's the end of the movie.
Simon and Garfunkel Sound of Silence starts playing, but we're not.
And then the credits
we're
roll.
ending that.
The credits roll.
Genuinely, should we come back for another viewing?
Yes.
I think we
so?
should do you want to do one more viewing?
We can see how we feel about it,
I-
because
I-
it's possible that it's gonna do more.
I'm gonna say this is maybe the most fun I've had recording an episode for the past while.
Yeah, but that's literally
Let's
just because
pick a
Rorschach was
vegetable.
eating beans.
Yes, yes, but I'm saying that, like, I think this is good podcast, and even if we, like, diverge and, like, do some, like, weird bean bullshit, like, that's still a good podcast, even if
That's what scares me, though, because I know that he's not going to be eating beans for the whole movie.
but we'll find, we can find something else.
He might. He's kind of a bean
He's
guy.
kind of a bean guy.
I just don't know
Also-
how much more there is to say about beans. I mean, if there is anything, we'll definitely find it next week.
I'm not
but-
saying that it has to be beans.
No, I mean, it definitely does.
I'm saying it has to be beans.
It definitely
I think-
does, but...
I think that we could do 3 episodes. I think, honestly,
But
we
then I
could
have
watch
to
an
watch-
hour for next episode and an hour for the one after
Yeah.
that.
But then I have to watch this in longer parts. I don't wanna
I
do
know.
that.
But we'd be over with it sooner.
This is when,
And just remember that Zack is with you every moment of it because
no.
he directed it.
Well, we'll see what we decide to do when the time comes.
Okay. I'm deciding it now.
I'm saying
No, I'm just kidding. But,
she gets in Cab 2022, which is this year.
oh my god, Zack knew.
Oh my god, Zack knew that would happen.
I think it's really funny also,
This
that
is,
at the beginning of the...
This is Sam staring down the barrel of 2 more episodes.
Watching 2 more hours of this. I think it's really funny too. At the beginning of this, Sam, you were like, "Yeah, the 2 movies were a decade apart, and he looks way older in this one." And I was like, "Oh, that's kind of a mean thing to say." And then I remembered that Aquaman came out 13 years after this one, or like 10 years after this one did.
Not 13 years, less than 10 years.
I'll have to tweet
Less than
this.
13, but
I'll
Less
have to
than 10.
tweet this picture of Night Owl Patrick Wilson because
Yes.
he really looks like fucking Andy Samberg to me.
Yeah.
can you put a cowboy hat on him?
Yeah, we can put a cowboy hat on him. He does
looks
really
like
look like
Rod.
Andy
PFP.
Samberg.
He does look like Andy Samberg. Yeah, at this angle.
It's the way his face is scrunched up.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I think there's like if I blur my eyes, I think he kind of looks like Andy Samberg. Just it's the glasses.
You know, usually when I look at Patrick Wilson, I think he looks like Will Arnett, but
Yeah, it's weird.
he just looks like different SNL guys.
Like, whenever he's making
Was Will Arnett on
expressions.
SNL? Fuck. Shit.
Always a look-alike of SNL, never a SNL
Yeah.
cast member himself. I think for Patrick Wilson's sake, nope, never mind. I don't know that he would want us to
Shit,
watch
he
that
wasn't on
sex scene.
SNL. I'm sorry, everybody.
Andy Samberg?
No, Will Arnett.
Oh, Will Arnett. He
He definitely hosted, but weird.
maybe he wrote.
He was in a lot of NBC comedies, or maybe
He
just
married Amy
but
Poehler.
still. Mm-hmm.
No, he has never hosted SNL.
He married Amy
fuck?
Poehler, who was on SNL.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Watchmen.
Watch
hope
Men.
nobody's allergic
yeah.
to beans.
Don't mind if I do. Can't trust those guys.
No. So, noisespace.xyz is the website that this podcast is hosted on.
Where you can find podcasts such as
This one.
LMNOP.
Podcasting is Forbidden in the Cloud Recesses.
Podcasting is forbidden in the cloud recesses.
You can listen to the Island Shuffle finale.
Oh my god.
Finale!
Wow. They only have that many episodes left?
Does that mean Giga can start watching The Island Sort? Start listening to The Island Sort?
They called it early.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Okay.
Me when
Another good screen cap in the host chat.
me when I see the Island Shuffle as being called early. I'm sad. But, I'm glad that they
But
came
good for
back.
them that they're able to have it. I feel like if you're going to end something before it's completely over, it's better to have an episode where you say, this is the last episode, as opposed to, like, just stopping.
Speaking of podcasts that have ended, you can listen to all of Jurgen It and Kyle XY.
You've gone through 2.
Yes.
You're a double podcast veteran, Purple Heart.
I know.
Technically, this podcast also ended. Then we
This is a zombie.
Zach dug up our graves and dragged us back out to do
recombined.
Well,
us from
Aquaman
dust
and
after
Wonder Woman had a weird
destroyed
conversation
us.
about their races in the
it's weird that I have
next
Val's
to the
belly
hearse.
button, but you know.
And Zach finally corked me up like my boy Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
That was a while ago.
Corked up white boy.
Corked up white boy busting it down sexual style. Is he goated with the sauce?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, with a little bit of
I'm
swag.
Flight
I
Code.
always forget with a little bit of swag.
I have never heard that part of it. So
yeah. It's corked up white boy with a little bit of swag, busting it down sexual style. Is he goated with the sauce?
Oh. Is he goated with the sauce?
10,000 white boys, maybe more.
And they busted down sexual
People
style.
busting without sexing.
Jesus Christ.
People goating without saucing.
I'm on Twitter at FlightCub. The second B stands for bean. You know it stands for bean.
Fuck yeah, it does.
Yeah, you know it.
It actually stands for bean juice.
Oh, like coffee.
Oh, okay.
Bean juice.
Juice bean.
Yeah, for sure. I'm on Twitter at Stress. You know it. You know this about me.
Yeah, you don't like plugging.
We know this and we accept it.
Unlike your belly button, you don't enjoy plugging on podcasts. I'm Giga. You can find my art in a game called Paradise Killer. You can find me on Twitter or in your favorite stuffed animal, Trapped. Or in the corpse of a rat forced to run around prison and do tasks for a lady.
Ugh. The corpse of a rat?
It's JoJo.
It's a JoJo
It's a
reference.
JoJo reference.
Oh, Jesus. I was like, I don't remember Ratcatcher 2 doing that.
That'd be cool if she did, though. She shrunk down to
No,
a small
it wouldn't.
size.
That's in the Suicide Squad.
I like Wes. Anyway, what did I
What do we say at the end of
Did I
this?
say that you can find me on Twitter at Gigalithic? Yeah.
You didn't say the
not
handle,
yet.
but you did say Twitter. So how should we sign off? If this might be our only Watchmen
not
episode,
going
or
to
maybe
be.
we'll do 2 more.
TikTok, bitch. Watch time.
I don't know about that one.
I hope I watch the movie. Watch to see you.
We're going to open this episode with Watch Me, whip Nene.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now watch me whip.
I like that.
Now Watchmen whip.
Now Watchmen
Now
Nene.
No,
Watchmen
Watchmen Nene. Watchmen
Degenerates
whip
whipping
whip.
and naning in the streets.
You already know who it is.
Wait, did they forget about how it was the old style when we dabbed and did the Dougie?
How about, why don't we say, watch you later?
Yeah, sure, why not?
You know, like see you later, but it's watch.
Watch you later.
Watch you later.
I like to watch.
We don't have to. If you hate it, we don't have to do it.
I mean, I've hated all of them.
Until next time, I'm Giga, and I like to watch.
Beans to you.
Movie.
Okay, that's it. Goodbye.
Bye.